8 months it has sat in my freezer wrapped in paper towel and double bag. 8 months ago, I felt sorry for it, thought it deserved more than being tossed out my window to rot in the weeds. 8 months frozen with no plans for defrost. A stiff cold mouse isn't something you show to the girl you invite over for dinner, unless that's the kind of thing the girl would be into. Then maybe she would want to find other dead animals to freeze. The robin mistaking a window for air, a squirrel that wasn't fast enough. But I didn't do it for the act. He's as good as buried in my freezer. The frost keeps building as I keep forgetting, and now it's as cold outside as it is for him. Might as well let him chill until April, and then give him a grave in the ground, something none of his family will ever have. But they can visit him, leave flowers, remember the good times, and hope to die outside. This next poem I realize may be considered perhaps slightly problematic in that I might be thought of as I'm mansplaining. I hope it's not. I guess I just get more paranoid about it, but anyway. It's called Wrong. Driving north on I-15, 150 miles south of Salt Lake City, making like banter, I pointed out the Big Dipper there in front of us above the horizon. And the passenger in the seat next to me, wanting to sound as learned as I, pointed off into the east sky and stated, "And there is the Little Dipper." Knowing she was incorrect, I retorted, "That can't be, for the Little Dipper's tail is the North Star, hence it is in the north." She said she had taken a college course in astronomy. She knew these things. The Little Dipper was where she said it was. Such a small thing for which to go to war, I dropped it. She spent the next 15 minutes gazing east to reconfirm her proclamation, and finally pointed off again somewhere in the east sky and said, "There it is, in the North Star too, right where it should be in the autumn sky." This poem is called Issaquah, and it's written in sections, and so each section I'll read the number, and it's kind of vignettes about Issaquah that I kind of gathered through the years, and this is something that I included in my master's thesis. So, Issaquah. 1. This town knows wet more than sun. This is the price for green. Ground as damp as my shoe and tough skins when I was 8, tramping puddles at recess. It can be hard here to keep a house from slowly returning to what it was, but it still stands, firs dropping their needles on its roof around its yard. 2. Life upon life. Tree, moss, fungus, and fern. Nothing is left ungreen and ungripped with damp. Remove the distant hiss of cars, ignore the trodden trails, and it is perhaps how it was. Dim forest of fir and nettle, everything bleeding and blending, the floor fertile like mold and rock that has seen it all. 3. On the rare clear day in February, Front Street turns Hobart into southern slopes of Tiger and Squaw Mountain. Beyond Rainier is palpable glacial sheets of snow. 4. And down Front Street, arms at right angles raised to the sky, the Beatles pounding his ears, passing cars honking approval, dancing guy bounces on past the old village theater and waves back. 5. When the creek can't get any lower, the Chinook return like shameless relatives. The Pacific Ocean through the Strait of Juan de Fuca into Puget Sound, Lakes Union, Washington, Sammamish, to the shrinking Issaquah Creek, every year without question. Treading and splashing like the little water striders in swim class at the Julius Bone Pool, They flop toward that ubiquitous nagging, excrete that which drove them here, lay on their sides and die. Mallards and gulls pick at loose skin to the mush of muscle. 6. Donnie, the tricycle man, no longer rolls these former roads of miners and loggers, his tricycle basket vacant of cans, and his lady friend 2 doors down walks to dinner alone. 7. 100 years back, 1,000 people, 11 saloons, H&H and Rollin' Log, like long living relatives, still poor. I think that's 8. I don't know, did I call that one 7? Anyway, I apologize, I'm confused now. This is section 8. The creek, formerly known as Squawk, almost killed because of logging and mining. Like Microsoft, the salmon come from somewhere else. 9. Standing outside the library, corner of Front Street and Sunset, rain still drips from above. Clouds sift low through the sides of Tiger and Squawk. Concrete and asphalt disappear, and my lungs take in this wet air. This one is called Upon Shaving My Beard. I can feel it now, I am truly dumb. That moment of lunacy, the snap of the clippers turning on, and 5 minutes after an intern goatee to horseshoe to trim mustache, I'm bare, wrong, like a drenched cat. And here I stand in front of the mirror, looking at something I haven't seen for years. Actually, I've never seen this. So this is what happens when you let yourself go. My chin is a nub with so much skin sloping down, an inverted buttress supporting this whole nub. There's no hiding. I've exposed the truth, and now must wait a month for the shame to fade. Thank you. Just 3 more. This one is called Moving Histories. It was only yesterday that we pulled the door shut on the storage unit in Maryville, Tennessee, which held the final remains of the ancestral farm that my mother told me about every year as I grew up, instilling in me the value of knowing my heritage. We loaded the furniture into the truck in an hour with August humidity holding us. A white paneled door, the dark stained mantel with mirror, a Hoosier cabinet in decline, 6 kitchen chairs in need of new seats, reed organ, drop leaf table, Chesterfield, 2 upholstered parlor chairs, among other things. Last night, we stopped just shy of Louisville to strip our sweat, drenched clothes off, and rehydrate at the motel. Tonight, we will stay in Hannibal, Missouri. Tomorrow, we will continue westward, passing through other states that we've never seen and ones we have. South of Sioux Falls, I'll call and accept the job while stopped at a rest stop where prairie dogs make appearances. And the next night at the motel in Rapid City, they'll call again and tell me their promised accommodations can no longer be promised. And the reality is that the job will not sustain us, and so I will have to decline. We will drive the rest of the way back to Seattle, feeling the loss, the stupefaction of having no other options, and then squeak by for the next year. But tonight, we don't know what the next week will hold. The sky is clear, and we drive this rented Penske truck from the restaurant to the Holiday Inn Express, where the room cools, where we will sleep with no thought of how any of this will really matter. As I lie awake, my wife's breath is heavy now, 6 months, excuse me, I'm going to start that over again. My wife's breath is heavier now in her 6th month of pregnancy. Her fan on the nightstand keeps pace. Her back is to me, and she embraces her contoured body pillow like a koala on a branch. Between us, our black and white chihuahua is curled, pressed against her back, and growls whenever I move slightly, telling me he's there. Every night I'm sequestered to the edge of my bed. The train, a long block way, runs behind the houses on the rim of the neighborhood, blowing its horn regardless of the hour. It cancels the quietest moments in the night. 10 years ago, I lay by myself in a studio on 5th Avenue in Spokane. The picture window that I never shuttered looked north across I-90, parallel to the train tracks. The train there never crossed roads, thus never marked its passing, making clean entrances to and escapes from the city. My nights were silent, save the murmur from the BBC. In glowing darkness, prior to sleep, I was grateful for what I had. The window with the view, the quiet rolling trains going east and west, the solitude that small space granted me. School is finished, and I am married with a dog and kid on the way, living in Alabama, the culmination of what I started even before Spokane. In the horns, my wife's breathing, our grumbling dog, and the voice of my unborn son are what I heard in the midst of the silence of those Spokane nights. Finally, a lesson from nature. In the woods up the hill behind my house at age 6, I found a hole in the ground, quarter size, emitting and receiving yellow jackets. They flowed like an open faucet, all about the day's business. It was late summer, and my 6-year-old mind thought it wise to contend with this band of nature. I envisioned Steve Austin living up to his $6 million price tag, protecting those unable to protect themselves, driving a long stick into the hole, preventing arthropodal commerce, his bionic limbs ensuring a successful plugging. With such a role model for me to follow, I took up the closest stick and stopped the hole like a finger in the dike. The flow of yellow jackets halted. All but 2 were held in by the stick, hovering patiently. For a moment, I felt pity for them, for the 2 left outside, sequestered from their family. So I withdrew, restoring circulation, and the entire nest